Hey there folks, I'm Brian and welcome back to another episode with Risner Cutlery. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some well-made, great-looking knives that sell for under $60. I wanted to do this video because I think there can be misconceptions that more affordable budget knives aren't high-quality knives, and that's just not the case. Sure, the knives we have in front of us aren't going to have magna-cut steel or titanium bolsters, but that doesn't mean they aren't perfectly good knives with plenty to offer. If you want to stick around for a few minutes, then maybe you'll be surprised about what you can get in the sub $60 range. Let's take a look. Okay, first up, we've got the Loosahatchee jack from Rosecraft blades. We just did a video on the Loosahatchee jack and some other stuff from Rosecraft, but this knife has been the most popular knife of this summer. Rosecraft really hit a home run, and if we take a closer look, you can see why it's so popular. First, the blade. It's a nice little clip point. It has D2 steel. D2 is a pretty solid steel that's found on a lot of quality budget knives. It holds a good edge, it's easy to sharpen up, and it's reasonably corrosion resistant considering it's a high carbon steel. It's got a great open-close action. The half stop is excellent and functions like a slip joint that would cost twice as much. You also get this nice engraved bone handle, no cracks in the bone and no gaps between the bolsters. Just a quality, well-made slip joint for $56, $57. And you get free shipping. Next, we've got a familiar design from QSP. There's a lot of Penguins out there these days, and this is one of the mini models. The Penguin has been one of the most popular knives out there the last couple of years, so you might already have one of these in another combination. QSP makes Penguins in a variety of different steel and handle materials, but the one we have here has a blue shredded carbon fiber handle and a 14C 28N blade. It opens with thumb studs, and once you practice this a few times, you can get that blade to fly right open. The regular and mini size Penguins come with liner locks, and the XL Penguins have frame locks. As long as it doesn't close on your fingers, I don't care what kind of lock it has. 14C 28N is a pretty great steel in my opinion. It's a bit of a step up from D2, and it's more of a mid-grade steel than budget. QSP has done a good job of combining a great design with nicer materials and bringing this to the market at this price range. Here's another pretty well-known knife, the Elementum by Civivi. It's got a flipper tab on the back, deploys with a nice snappy sound to it. This is another D2 blade. Like I said, that's a pretty common steel to see in the mid to budget range. The handles are G10, which is a polymer that's widely used in knife handles. G10 is great if you're worried about using your knife or dropping it, scratching it, whatever, and you don't want your nice bone handle to get damaged. It's got a nice grippy texture on it, so it feels secure in the hand. Once again, we've got a liner lock, and just like the Penguin, it's well made and secures the blade without trouble. The Elementum has been a very popular knife the last few years, along with the QSP Penguin. They're both similar in size and quality, and they do a great job at being a high quality, affordable EDC knife. I believe there's a mini Elementum available as well if you think this one's too big, but I think it's a pretty great sized knife. This one's a bit different. It's from Cattleman Cutlery by ABKT, American Buffalo Knife and Tool. This is the cheapest knife on the table, and when I say cheap, I don't mean poor quality. Let's see what you get for 25 bucks. We've got zebra wood handles. The pins are flush with the wood too. The blade is nice and centered. That's not bad at all. The blade opens up with a nail nick, and it's a lockback. You can hear it click open and lock into place. It's sturdy, feels pretty secure. The blade is listed as stainless, and specifically it's 3CR13 stainless, which is probably why this knife isn't more expensive. I like to say there's no such thing as a bad steel, just better steels. If you don't mind a pretty basic blade, this makes a nice little pocket knife that you aren't going to feel bad about if you lose it or it gets beat up. It's a nice little budget knife, and that's what ABKT does a good job at. Okay, that brings us to our last knife on the table. It's another by Rosecraft, and this is the Little River Bend Skinner. We showed you this knife as part of our Rosecraft video, but it's got a lot going for it at the under $60 price point. Once again, we've got a slip joint with D2 steel and a natural bone handle. No lockback or anything on this one, just a nice smooth action. The blade is sharp right out of the box, so watch your fingers. This is another great design from Rosecraft, probably the second or third most popular design from them the last couple of months. As its name suggests, the little river bend skinner is the smaller version of the river bend skinner, so if you want an even bigger version of this, it's available. Alright, I'm all out of knives, so that means it's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed these knives, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and then head over to our website. Check out some more. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.